Hey guys, today we're going to be playing with 2007 Toyota Camry hybrid battery. Let's try this. Let's see what we can do. It's a Camry hybrid 2007 and I've already pulled out the battery pack from behind the seat here. It usually sits right there. It was pretty easy to remove. I'm actually going to record how I put it back in, but for now, here we go. So this is our battery pack, and I already removed the cover, and that's what it looks like here. Okay, so now we're gonna start removing the wires and just kind of go step by step on this thing. Let's go. We're gonna grab some tools, and so it looks like we're only gonna need a 10 millimeter socket and 12 millimeter socket. Put them here, and I'm just gonna start taking things apart. Looks like there's a charging port here for the batteries. Might want to have a magnet here with you so that way if you lose a piece of tool or a bolt, you can always retrieve it. Let's see what we've done so far. We've removed a couple of bolts around the perimeter here of this thing. I am going to have to put all these clips off. I might still have to remove everything. I don't know. We'll see. That's what it looks like on this side. It would be nice to have a clip tool, but I don't have one here anymore. So I'm just going to play with it by ear. Okay. Here we go. So now I think I'm going to be removing all this electrical stuff out of the way. Some of these looks like fuse boxes, whatever that is. I'm going to remove it all just to make sure it's nice and clean here. I'm going to grab some tool clippers my grandma's used to use and cut that zip tie so that way we can get that separated and cleaned out to the side. I'm not a professional video recorder, but whatever this thing is, I took it off. We'll figure this out a little bit later what it is. Okay, there's a ground wire on the back side here I'm going to also remove. Whenever I can, like on ground wires, make sure it's not a different nut. I like to put it back on so that way it's there if I ever need to make sure it's the same one. It's actually going to be fun putting it back together 3 weeks later because I'm going on vacation and I will not be back for a while. But it's alright. We'll get it figured out. Probably watch my own video here. I think we got everything else removed here. Let me just make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. So there it is. Got everything removed. Now we're trying to take this cover off here to get to the actual batteries. And I heard that these were supposed to be like 7.6 volt batteries. We will figure it out. Here we go. Not bad. Came out just fine. Okay. There we have it, my friends. Let's start getting this thing out of the way. So same thing on this. I'm just going to press on these little tabs. get it to push in. Grab the 7 just in case to make sure. Maybe this is a 7. Nope, it's not. I should go with my instincts from my previous life where I was working on cars when I was young. Okay, there's my charging wires. Let's see, all of this is disconnected. Cover is loose. Okay, I'm gonna get the back side here. Let me show you the back side. Okay, so I got everything kind of loose. So now it looks like these 12 or 13 millimeter sockets that need to, these bolts that need to be removed. And I really think I'm close. So let's get that dialed in. Actually, maybe I'll put the camera here. Let's go right here. All right, let's see if this thing's gonna start popping off. Make sure nothing's in the way. Make sure nothing is in the way. Okay. Ta-da! The cover is coming off. Okay, I'm just going to show you where I'm at here. Bring the camera back down. Okay. So, the code that I was getting on this on the car was block 6 and 8 was no good. So here's all of our batteries. There's your negative, there's the positive, negative, positive, and it goes all the way across, and that's where you get your hybrid juice. You know, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know where this starts, where it ends. So I'm just gonna say we're gonna start on this side here. It just kind of makes more sense because this is the farthest from all the power. So this is gonna be my block 1 through, I believe, 34. No, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. Yeah, there's 34 batteries. So I found some batteries on eBay. So I'm just going to go ahead and tear this thing apart. I'm just going to have you watch me do it, and I'll speed it up. And if you guys need any more information later on, I can share some of the normal speed video, but I'm going to speed this up so that way you don't have to sit there, listen to my music, and listen to me breathe heavy. Okay. Okay, first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all these plastic covers. And these are just little clips. You just got to pry them open a little bit, and they come off pretty simple, pretty easy. Boom, there you go. Oh, that must be the highest I can go on the camera. Okay, so they're slightly corroded. You can see a little bit of corrosion right there, some dust. I'm gonna go ahead and clean those up. Make sure that they're nice and clean when they're gonna go back in. Okay, so if I was to charge the battery from this, it looks like the connection comes on this side, comes over to the middle batteries, and what does it do? Yeah, so it basically charges the first two here, and they're interconnected. Let me grab the camera so I can show you where I'm at. Let's go. Okay, so right here, that's the wiring harness that comes out. You know, this is like a separate charging port. And if you wanted to charge your battery separately, You would do it through that, and it comes to these sets of batteries, and then it looks like it gets distributed because these two batteries are connected, these two are connected, and then so it looks like all these batteries are, you know, paired up. And now let's look at this side. What does it do? So now on this side here, let's bring the camera up a little. So on this side, it is, looks like positive here. They're interconnected here, but this last one is not. Okay, so yeah, what it does is, here is my negative, this is the positive cord. Positive goes, okay, so this is the positive cord right here, and then the big cord that we were talking about being negative, it is the negative and goes to the back side. So yeah, so basically it's 7.6 volts going across the whole thing. So we'll do some math and get that figured out. So it looks like there's some wiring here for, it could be like heat tracing, or I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and carefully remove those two wires and take the clips off to the side just for whatever purpose. So all these look like they're 8mm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and zip all those off to see how many volts I can get out of this thing, just for a question here. So there's my positive and negative are connected here. So I'm just going to go across the battery. So go to positive on this side. Make sure I'm touching the positive here. And I'm going to go to the left side here. 7.7 volts. This is negative. Yeah, this is 7.7. Actually, I don't even need to zip anything off right now because it's going to give me the bank really. 7.6. Oops, 6.3 right here. 6.3. I'm going to go ahead and grab a marker here and just mark that one real quick. Let's confirm it's that one. 7.6. Okay. Yeah, this one here. Okay. Basically, what we're coming up with, everybody's at 7.6 except for this one battery. This one cell here, 6.3 still. So, okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little nylon brush and get these terminals cleaned up a little bit. Let's see, there's some good light right there. See that dust right there on this one right here. I'm gonna go ahead and get all that dusted off. As you can see all the way through, they have some dust on them, some corrosion it looks like, or something, but I will get that cleaned off just to make sure it's not there, and then I will continue breaking these up. So I'm going to take a nylon brush here, like I said, and just kind of go through and get everything cleaned up to make sure there's no loose corrosion here. I'm just going to get behind the terminals when I'm done. I'm going to use some compressed air to get it blown down. Just place it right here, and let's go. Corrosion on the one side. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera here, but there is a little bit of corrosion right there on the green one, but I'll clean all that up just to make sure we have it all prepared for putting it back together. So let's take a look at this one. I'm actually going to shine some light on this guy so you can see it very well. So it does have a little bit of corrosion on the tippies there where the contact is. I'll just clean those up a little bit, put it back together. Alright, so the display there, I think you guys can see this just fine. So I'm just going to start with each one of these here. And like I said, the red and the black, negative and positive, I'm just going to start with the first battery I got here. The first one is positive on this side, negative on that side. So I'll just use that methodology. And we'll just keep on switching we're not going to switch as we go, we're just going to go continuing. So this is 7.88, good. 7.89. 7.75, 7.8, 7.8, 7.82, 7.81, 81, 7.87, 7.89, 7.88, 7.86, 7.8, 7.86, 7.89, so almost 7.9, 7.84, 7.89, 7.87, 7.85, 7.83, 7.88, and that's our bad one, 6.5. I'm going to stop right here and kind of move over to the other side so I can reach these, but yet you guys can still see what I'm up against here. Take that out, move it over this way. Make sure you guys can still see. Okay, so I'm going to start with my the bad cell, one before the bad. So what's this showing us? 7.8. This one should be 6.56. That's our bad one. 7.82. 7.8. 7.89. 7.88. 7.86 and 7.82, 7.91, 7.89, 7.9, 7.88, 7.89, 7.87. So this kind of proves my theory that only one cell is bad at this, currently. So what I'm going to do is, just to confirm each one of them is good or no good, I'm going to put a little load test on it, and I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do that. But give me a few minutes, I'll figure something out. We'll put a load on each one of them and see what they give us at the end. See you soon. Okay, so what I did was I actually took and numbered all these cells 1 through 34. I actually put a number on it. So what I'm going to do is I got my Excel sheet open here. I'm going to go ahead and type in all the volts that I have before the load test on each one of these. And once I do that, I will definitely come back and be showing you all this. So now, let's go and get this thing set up here so you can see exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Boom. Let's drag this guy down a little bit. I believe you guys can see the numbers. Okay, so I'm gonna have my wife help me out here and write the numbers down. And like I said, I don't care if it's positive or negative. I'm just gonna go to volts. So number one, we're gonna go for, it says, let's go double digits. Let's go here. This is before any load test. Here we go, 7.88. Okay, so we figured out a way how we're gonna do this load test. So let's see. Let's connect.
Oh my gosh!
Careful.
It just went me.
Okay.
Ready?
So now, hold on. Don't do it yet. Let's see. This is a battery tester, and it says that it's sitting at around 8 volts or something.
Almost
like
8.
that. So what we're gonna do is, I'll tell you when to press.
Okay.
But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do about 20 seconds. You got to calculate the phone.
Sure.
Phone. We need like 20 seconds. What's going to be easier? Yeah, 50. Let's go 15 seconds. So we're going to put a load test on this for like 15 seconds on each one of the batteries, and do a load test. Do the voltage test after we are done with this load test. What do you think? 15 or 20 seconds?
20 seconds. Whatever you say.
So 20, 40, 60. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So I'm going to put the camera right here so I can kind of see what we're doing.
Okay, how many seconds?
20 seconds.
20 seconds. So start the timer.
Ready?
Yeah, start the timer and let's go for
3,
20 seconds.
2, 1.
Push that in.
I think it's that way. Okay, so we got. You tell us when to stop. And this is going to get warm. 20 seconds.
Yep.
Done. Okay,
Good.
release. Let's jump over to the next one.
The next negative.
Next negative, next positive. Let's do another 20 seconds.
And go.
Okay, so we're starting back right after we've done a load test on, all the way through, and then it came back. So I think to make it fair for every battery, we started on positive on this side. So let's go 2, 4, 6, 8, because they need all time to recoup. So we're gonna start here. Okay, we're going to number 2. Number 2. Okay, 7.69. Okay, so we got the spreadsheet going here. I'll just kind of show you guys where we're at. So I did all the batteries here. Let me focus the camera right here. And let's go up. So by cell number, just want to make sure you see the whole thing. Good. Okay, hopefully that's good for you. So now what I did was up here I did cell B minus cell C. Okay, so that's going to be my difference, and I divide the difference by the existing number to get the percentage. So right now that what we're losing is looks like 2.2%, and let's look at the percentage. Let's see who's losing the most. So the least is losing at number 34, Hold on, let me get the camera a little more stable. Okay, so number 34 is losing the least. 32, 31, and it goes up from there. But you know what we're doing is we're averaging. Let's average these guys out. Let's see what that gives us for an average loss. Overall, I don't know if you see this right here, but averages at 2.2% average on the 34 batteries. So you know, I think that's fine to lose that because we did put them through a difficult test. So let's go back up here and filter it by the voltage, and let's go smallest to largest. So number 22 is the one that is the lowest on voltage. The batteries are supposed to be 7.6 volts. So I'll show it to you on my other screen whenever I go to look for new batteries. But it looks like 22 is the only one that's below 7.6. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and replace number 22 and see what happens. See if the check engine and all those lights go away. But the interesting thing is, even though it's a bad battery, you know, on voltage wise, it dropped 2.5% as well. So I'll see you soon. Okay guys, so what we've done is all of our tests. Now I'm going to take this thing apart and take this number 22 cell and number them all, and this one here, that's the one I'm going to go ahead and take out. So that's the only one that's bad, it seems like. So we got a couple of bolts here that looks like they hold the batteries together. I'm going to loosen those things up or remove them. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Just watch me. I'll figure it out. And same thing on this end. And I'm actually not going to remove any of these vent tubes because I don't see a reason why, except for on that 22 cell battery. And so underneath there, you can see that there's some wires. I'm going to make sure that I don't disturb those wires whatsoever. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen up these bolts here on the bottom. I'm not going to take them completely out, just so that we don't drop the whole thing. And we'll just go from there. I'm going to put it back together. Okay, so now let's go ahead. Okay, right over here, these bolts right here, that's what's holding those batteries in place. And that's a fun part. I didn't think of that. But now I'm going to go ahead and mark these batteries down to the bolt I need to remove. And I will remove that number 22. Okay? So give me a few moments here. Let's go ahead and bring the camera back down so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. I hope you can see where I'm at. Yeah, probably went down a little too far. Here we go. So now I'm going to identify that number 22 that I was working on. My 22 is no good, so it's right across from the bolt down below. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it. And on this side, it's going to be down here, 22. It's going to be right at this bolt here. So I'm just going to flip this thing up again. Ooh, heavy. It's going to be right there. So it's only bolted down on that side, and that's where that bolt is. So I'm going to take a number 8 socket there and go ahead and zip that guy off. They're going to be sitting on these plastic pieces. So let's just go ahead and flip it. Ooh, heavy. Let's walk it that way. Okay. Now I'm sitting them back down this way. And I'm going to take out all these bolts here that hold them down. making sure I got all the bolts. Let's go ahead and take this guy up. Oh my God, that was so easy. Okay, here we are. Now what we're gonna do is gonna flip this guy back over. This is kind of cool, I love it. So now, one last thing we gotta do. Going back to our 13mm socket. 12mm, I'm sorry. I keep on getting screwed up on 12 and 13. I'm gonna loosen those up again. And I'm just gonna loosen it up. I'm not gonna take them all the way up. So now that we have all that apart, let's go back to our number 22. Just kind of stick our screwdriver in between. Oh yeah, they're moving. There we go. There's my 22 right there. One more shot on this side. Boom. Okay. Okay, one more move. And we should be able to start moving these things out of the way. 22. Okay. We should be able to get this guy out now. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Get the thing off of it. There, he's coming out. Okay. The determined cell here is, I hope you guys can see this good. So there he is right here. So that's how they're interconnected with each other. We will dig this thing apart just to kind of see what they use for smart car energy. But here we go. This is it. This is my number 22. And I'll do final test on it and we'll go from there. Okay, here we go. Sorry about this. You know, I already got the new battery here. It was this one right here that's unmarked. I put it back in. I started putting this thing back together. Then I realized that I'm not recording this for you. So here we go. Let's watch this thing go back together. Okay, so there it is. It just made it back into the car. We're gonna go ahead and connect all the nuts and bolts here and get it all done. Where's my flashlight? The big one?
Right there, no, that's not it.
There we go.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so that's what it looks like here. You get a couple of connections. And we got to connect all this on this side. I'm going to come back over to this side just to kind of get a little recording. Let's see what it shows us. Going in through the window. So that's what it looks like here. Pretty simple thing it looks like. Well, that's where we're going to go. Okay, so we got the batteries back in. It looks like no lights are showing up. We're gonna go ahead and take it for a drive. Put it in reverse real quick, I wanna see. Reverse? Oh, okay, it's fired up right now. Okay, go park it and we'll take it for a spin.